Good evening, YouTube. General Soul back with a new playthrough. Some of you probably know what the game is because of the music. Some of you may know because of the company. This is Ys Origins. So for those of you looking at the title and saying, how the hell are you supposed to pronounce that? It is pronounced Ys. This, chronologically, is the first game in the Ys series. This happens, I won't say hundreds of years before the events of the next game chronologically, which is Ys 1 and 2, which Ys 1 and 2 were released like back in the mid 80s. I will say like 83 to 85, somewhere around there. And they were the first games I ever played in the Ys series. And let's see, hold detect. I was dash once able, blah blah blah. Yes. So these games are action JRPGs, and Ys Origin is the only game in the Ys series that does not star Adol Christensen, who is the main character of every Ys game. Now, they just released the PSP remake port of, I believe it's Ys 5? It's either 3 or 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Might be 3, but we got just recently, yesterday, they released that one. And I've been wanting to play Ys for a while, so I figured why not start from the very beginning. Now, to get the full story and to plat the game, you will have to play through the game 3 times. You see here on the title screen we have 2 characters. We will have to play one through with the female character, one through with the male character, and then there is a 3rd character that we will unlock. And that will then enable us to then they'll get us the full story, and then we're pretty much on just some cleanup to get the plat. I do have, like, I want to say 4 trophies to this game already. And reason I'm not streaming this is because there is a crash bug with this game where if you die several times in a row, which will happen with bosses because these bosses are tough, game will crash. So when we get to bosses, I'm going to make a save and then just stop recording and start a new one, and we'll continue from there if I don't die, if I don't crash. So we have Unica, who is an axe-wielding fighter. She has mid-speed and mid-range, so she uses an axe, no magic. We have Hugo, who is a energy firing mage. He is slow speed but long range. So Unica is faster than Hugo, but Hugo can kill things from far away while Unica has to get close. We're going to start with Unica. Difficulty level. So we have an easy, normal, and hard. We do need to beat the game on at least normal once. We will have to play through the game 3 times. So we want to play on normal, get used to it. And at one of these points, we'll have to play through it on hard. Well, we'll do normal here.
Jadis, il y a eu un grand pays légendaire. C'est-à-dire la Is. C'est l'interaction de terres jumelles et les saisons. Cette grande utopie est en prospérité. Les terres s'éveillent un oiseau blessure, la perle noire, élevée de deux espèces de pouvoirs mystérieux. Avec la magie, on pouvait faire des miracles. Avec le colère, on pouvait amplifier ce pouvoir magique. Grâce à lui, on croyait que le gloire de la Is durait une éternité. Soudainement, un désastre a frappé la Is. Beaucoup de monstres démoniaques sont apparus et ont commencé d'envahir la Is. Les forces diaboliques ont ravagé la terre tout à coup. Et tous les habitants ont été acculés dans le temple de Salomon. Il semblait que c'était une fin du monde. Alors, c'est la perle noire qui a sauvé la Is de la reine. Car elle a sauvé le temple à l'air. Mais aussitôt après le soulagement fugitif, les diables ont construit une entour. Et beaucoup de monstres avec des ailes sont partis au sanctuaire. La Is menaçait de tomber. Pierre, un événement temporaire est arrivé dans le temple de Salomon. Que l'histoire, les déesses du mal, les symboles de la Is sont disparus. Dans une situation désespérée, les citizens ont pris une résolution. Pour faire une équipe de recherche, ils ont fait une sélection parmi les chevaliers et les sorciers. Enfin, les saints les ont envoyés à la terre dévastée.
I do love how they made up their own language, and this series, as you're going to find out, is known for its music. My whole life, I've never been able to use magic, but I made a promise long ago. I promised I would become a knight. I told myself I would guard those two with my life, just as my dad did. Please, Dad, watch over me. I swear I'll become a holy knight and keep our ladies, Rhea and Fina, from harm. Ugh. Where am I? Let's see. Ow, my butt. But you were laying on your front side. Okay, focus. I joined up with the search party heading down to the surface. And then what? I remember there was a sudden impact, like we hit something, or something hit us. Wait, is that... People who played the first Ys game, you know what this is. And you know what that tower was in the beginning, too. The Tree of Rhoda. It is! It's really you, Rhoda Tree! You survived! You've finally awoken. You seem familiar to me. A friend of the goddesses, are you not? I am! The name's Unica Tova. Yes, I remember now. You are Priest Tova's granddaughter. Yes, well, I am, but I don't really take after him all that much. I can't even use magic. You're the elder Rhoda Tree, right? How's your younger brother? Is he all right? Yes, he's fine. In fact, he's been my sole conversation partner all this time. It's starting to get rather boring down here. I'll bet. He always were quite the chatterbox. I must admit, when the shrine ascended, I found myself worrying about you two. I'm really glad you're both okay. The goddesses gave us life, and they maintain our lives as well. These noxious fumes will not sever our bonds with them so easily. But you, Tova. When was it? I beheld a man with one companion in tow, surrounded by a horde of monsters. Am I correct in assuming, then, that he, too, was of the Tova lineage? Yeah, that was my dad. He stayed behind on the surface and bought us some time to raise Solomon's shrine. My grandpa says he couldn't have survived down here. I felt his essence disappear into the miasma. Which is not to say I witnessed his death, but I can hardly doubt his fate. So I guess Grandpa was right. The message of the Rhoda Tree, I'm not controlling that. So if it's going faster than I can read, that's just how fast the game is deciding to move on. Unica's dialogue I am in control of. Well, then I guess the book is closed on him, so now it's his granddaughter's time to shine. Oh, do you seek something from this ruined land, then? Yes, we've come down to the surface in search of our ladies, Rhea and Fina. A few days ago, the two of them vanished from the shrine, and no one's seen or heard from them since. I did catch a glimpse of the goddesses. It was perhaps 3 days ago. You saw them? So Father Shion was right. They really did come to the surface. Did you see where they went? You see that tower at the foot of Mount Precious? That horrifying tower built to bridge this ruined land with Solomon's shrine up above. Yeah, if you've played the first Ys, you know that tower very well. Though it is weak, I sense the essence of both goddesses in that place. What? They're in the tower? Why didn't you stop them? They sought the tower of their own volition. I saw no reason to interfere or intervene. But you know what that tower represents? Wait, they are not alone. I sense others in and around its perimeter. Your companions, I believe. Huh? But which companions? Who's over there? So, will you go to them? I will. I need to meet up with the others right away so we can bring our stray goddesses back home. You must be such a dangerous, but you're in the ordinary outside world. Rhoda? Speak to me. Say something. Guess the gases are starting to flare up. With no magic of my own to fall back on, I'm afraid I just can't hear your voice anymore, old friend. Lady Rhea? Lady Fina? Oh, people who played the first game in the series, they know this tower well. The tower entrance. This doesn't feel right. Shouldn't there be more demons guarding the entrance? Ah! I suppose we should have expected this, considering where we are. If only we had some of the others with us, we'd be on more even footing. Well, we'll put up a barrier and try to hold it for as long as possible. That should buy you some time to take out the demons on that side. Fewer demons means better odds, right? If I must take up arms, then so be it. Ah, aren't you? Apprentice Knight Unikatova, at your service. Much obliged. Do what you can with these beasts, if you will, please. We'll take care of the demons on the room's periphery. Understood. Dino, Eloia, come. Yes, father. Right away. That's a tutorial battle. You rotten creatures have turned all our lives upside down and taken my dad from me. So don't expect me to hold back. Alright, so we attack with square, we jump with X, we can do a jump slash, we can do a lunge attack. Attack immediately after coming to a stop, lunges forward for a more powerful slash, randomly lowers target's defense. Up thrust, attack during the ascent of a jump, and down thrust, attack while we're coming down from a jump. Alright. Uh-oh, more. Okay, boost mode. When Unica's boost mage is 100%, press triangle to activate boost. Skills will cost half as much MP to use and will pack a greater punch, and will only take half damage. Any more? That's it? Alright. Nicely done. Father Superior, and you two are, Guess there wasn't much time for introductions now, was there? I'm Dino, an acolyte of Solomon's Shrine. And I'm his colleague, Eolia. I'm Unica Tova. It's nice to meet you both. Tova? Any relation to Commander Saul Tova? Oh, yes, I'm his daughter. You live up to your heritage, then. Your fighting style is gallant and graceful. Were I to wield a battle axe of that size, well, suffice to say, I'd have a hard time keeping my balance, let alone hitting anything. Well, you see, I can't use magic, so my strength is really all I have. Ah, I see. This young lady was kind enough to volunteer her services in search of our runaway deities. So I suggest we put forth our best effort to find them, for their sakes, for ours, and for the commander's as well. Father Superior, thank you so much. But where are the other knights and the sorcerers? Aren't they with you? I'm afraid not. Just as the surface came in sight, our transport spell was disrupted by some outside force. Intentionally, as best as I can tell. Was that the impact I felt then? It was, and whatever hit us, it blocked out the ability to control the transport, resulting in a breakdown of the entire enchantment. We were scattered in all directions and hurled down to the surface quite unceremoniously, though it could have been much worse. Were it not for our individual barriers, the fall alone surely would have been fatal. Whatever force knocked us from the sky originated from this tower. So we've come to determine who's responsible, and for what reason. That doesn't explain why you're here, though, Unica, and all alone, no less. Well, about that. Unica recounted her conversation with the Rhoda Tree regarding the whereabouts of the goddesses. Could that really be true? Why would they come to such a dreadful place? I can't even begin to imagine. Father, we must find them at once. Indeed, there's no time to lose. Sadly, even with our powers pooled, our fighting skills are no match for the denizens of this wicked place. We need to reassemble the search party before we begin in earnest. Of course, you're absolutely right. May I entrust this task to you, Dino? Yes, Father. Thank you. Using the Rhoda Tree as a base, I'll search the area via transport spell and round up everyone I can find. As for you, young lady... Yes, Father Superior? There is no guarantee that a situation similar to the one we just experienced won't reoccur. I'd like for you to remain here with us until the rest of our party arrives, keeping a watchful eye for any more uninvited guests. Oh, okay. Is something wrong? Well, I was kind of hoping you might let me do a little recon. Just in the immediate area, of course. Not too far from away from it or anything. I'd like to get in some combat trainings, so I don't let down my guard if the situation gets critical. I mean, I'm just an apprentice knight, and with no magic ability whatsoever, well, I'm just kind of worried I'll get in the way, you know? Admittedly, your reasoning is sound, but I would be remiss to blindly offer consent knowing the risks. Well, we need to learn more about this tower anyway, don't we? I mean, we barely know anything about it. Come on, please. I'm up to it. I know I am. Very well. I shall personally explain the situation to Sir Galleon upon his arrival. Seriously? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Very much. There is one condition, however. I must insist that you take this with you. Received crystal. Ah, the memories. You will know that tune very well. What's this? Come over here, please. I'll show you. It's a statue of a monster. How twisted. Just watch. The crystal's power purified the demon statue. Wow, just like that. It's a goddess statue. But how? The best way to explain it would be to say that it's been returned to its original natural form. When Ys ascended, several goddess statues were left behind on the surface. It seems the monsters must have found one, brought it here, and changed it, though to what end I cannot say. Oh, Lady Rhea, Lady Fina, I'm sorry I said you were twisted. I didn't recognize you like that. I think it's safe to assume the other goddess statues have been brought here as well, and have likely met with a similar fate. Thus the crystal. If you're to scout the tower, you may well encounter the other statues, and can purify them just as I did this one. Alright, sounds easy enough. It's kind of like a portable blessing. Ah, but that's not all. It has another function as well. It can magically transport you to any purified goddess statue within the tower in the blink of an eye. And the object itself is enchanted with this ability, so no magic will be required on your part. Sounds like a lifesaver. Thank you again, Father Superior, for your blessing and for this crystal as well. Unica, I'd like you to take this with you too. Received Lila shell. Shell? Another magical item. In this case, it serves as a communication device, allowing us to speak with one another across any distance. No matter where you may be, just talk into the shell. Unless I'm somehow indisposed, I'll hear you. If you should find yourself in need of any assistance, please don't hesitate to make use of it. Neat. Thanks a bunch. I'll take good care of it. But before I go, Father Superior, Sister Iola, Leah? Yes, is there something else you need? I know I kind of just stubbornly forced my way into the search party, and now I've actually managed to convince you to let me go off on my own. So, I just wanted to say, I won't let you down, I promise. Thanks for being so accommodating. I may not ever be as great a knight as my father was, but I'll do everything in my power to find our goddesses. You can count on me. I hope you'll be able to count on us too. We're all in this together, you know. We'll be right here if you need us. Do not hesitate to return for any reason, and may the goddesses guide your path. Please don't forget, if the situation becomes dire, use the power of the crystal. Let it bring you back to safety. I will, and may the goddesses guide your path as well. So another use of the goddess statue is you can save your game, accept divine blessings. SP would be like those items that we've been picking up. It's essentially currency. So we can trade our SP for these bonuses. So we can't afford anything right now. We only have 75 SP. But Alright. How are we doing on time? I think this is a good stopping point here. We kind of got the introduction. We will venture into the tower in the next video. If you've enjoyed the walkthrough so far, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. It is not required, but it is always appreciated. I will see you guys next time.